Susan Addison. I'm a chiropractor in Portland, Oregon, and have been for 14 years. My journey to Northwest Functional Neurology happened when I lost my hearing on my left side. I badly damaged my 8th cranial nerve on the left from an ear infection, which seemed very ordinary and uneventful, but I went to bed Christmas Eve of 2019 and woke up Christmas morning with the gift of massive balance issues and no hearing on the left. So I was taken by ambulance to the hospital where I was for 10 days. It wasn't until day 3 that they figured out that I had lost my hearing. And I was given a high dose of steroids and meds and was in really rough shape, basically lying on my right side in the hospital for 10 days, retraining to walk in the hallway with a walker, sick from the meds, totally disoriented, totally confused. I had, at that point, been a chiropractor for 12 years. I had helped people with similar issues, not this severe. I knew a fair amount about this stuff, and I was bewildered. I was basically an animal gone to the woods to ride it out on my side. Like, that's what people who came to see me at the hospital said, is that I looked like an animal that had given up and just gone to lie in the woods to die, basically. That sounds awful, but it was bad. And the ENT said that I would not get my hearing back and that I would not be able to localize sound, but that the dizziness and balance issues would resolve in a couple of weeks, probably. I wish that were the case. And I already knew Dr. Zielinski from his work and from him speaking in the past. And I realized as he was talking and presenting his slides that I was, in fact, a candidate for his treatment and that I wasn't recovering as fast as I wanted to be. I couldn't walk around the convention center. It was way too demanding an environment for me. It was difficult to sit and listen, to take notes, to process. So anyway, I approached him after the lecture and soon after that made an appointment to see him, but things got delayed because of the pandemic. So my course of treatment was a bit protracted because of the pandemic. However, here I sit 18 months later, and I am healed. I am back to work as a chiropractor. The two things that made this possible for me are, number one, hearing aids from my ENT, which helped me to balance out my hearing side to side and collect sound on the deaf side. More importantly has been my treatment here. I would not be back to work without functional neurology. I would be struggling as a mom without functional neurology. I would be disabled, likely permanently. So thank goodness, a million times over. The treatment here has been fun. It has been nurturing, healing, supportive, non-toxic, I guess, is one of the biggest things to say. Because if you were to go into traditional neurological treatment, there would be God knows what therapies, physical therapy, which I tried a little bit of, it wasn't hugely helpful, and then there would probably be some meds that they put you on, likely, and that's going to be a difficult road, likely with side effects and not necessarily that great of results. So with this treatment here, it is totally non-toxic. I would say the only side effect I ever had from treatment here was with the initial testing, some fatigue for a couple of days because they had to provoke my symptoms so that they could then treat them when we got around to treatment. But since then, there's no side effects. It's the kind of treatment that really almost anybody would benefit from if you've been super physically active and taken any kind of blow to the head or blow to the spine, if you have had accidents or falls where you've messed up your neurology, had dizziness or tingling, any inner ear stuff, certainly any strokes or major neurological conditions, this should be your first stop because it's effective, it's non-toxic, and it's going to get you feeling better and get you back to doing the things you want to do. Dr. McNally, Dr. Jeff, is a master. He is a young doctor. He's younger than myself. but he is expert at this, and he's so caring, and he's so detail-oriented, and he's so individualized with his treatment. So if you come in here one day and then 2 weeks later and your symptom picture has changed a little bit, or your challenges have changed a little bit, he's going to change the treatment. And as your neurological system adapts and heals with the exercises, it's going to get tweaked. So it's so individualized, and that's why it's so effective. And I guess the other thing I would just say again is how caring the doctors are at this clinic, as well as the CAs. The whole place is a positive atmosphere where they're looking for people to get better. They expect dramatic results. They get dramatic results. It's a positive place to be, and a fun place to be. Neurological conditions are so common, right? From minor things to major things. You might be walking around with one problem and there's some other underlying problems that are related to that. The diagnostics here are going to catch all those things. They're going to reassure you that a lot of things are intact, and they're going to address the problems very precisely where they exist, which is why it's so effective. So don't hesitate. This place can help you. It can help you get out of the confusion, because these conditions and symptoms are so confusing. You feel like maybe this isn't really so bad, but I'm so dizzy and I'm so tired, and anyway, it's very confusing. So this place can get you out of the confusion and back to feeling good. Good luck. You can do it.